Well, I'm cutting a hole in it for the water inlet. This is always the scary part. I pre-drilled it from the inside, so I positioned it where I wanted it, so it would have gravity flow going into the tank. Now I'm just going to cut the big 3.5-inch hole into this. I haven't went all the way through, I guess. Well, I think I'm going to have to go through from the other side. I'm going to turn this off until I do that. Okay, I had to go inside and give it a little shot from the inside. It had a little piece of wood there holding it up. So it's made out of the same material, the honeycomb cardboard with a waxy substance on it. Well, got it through there anyway. Nice clean hole. My tube's a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it down. My handy dandy tubing cutters. Let's see if this dude will even fit. Push this back a little bit. Oh yeah, that's just right. Okay. Well, this is 2-piece and it mounts in, I believe, from the front. Yeah, it does, and it twists. So this is really stiff from being cold, so I'm going to have to heat it up a little bit, make it a little more pliable. Otherwise I'll be fighting this all day. When they manufacture this stuff, they try to get too much on a roll and it squishes it. That's why you get that oval shape there. Yeah, it's turning a little more pliable. Don't want to burn it. This is kind of the monotonous stuff I don't like putting in the videos, because it drags them out too much. There, it's a lot softer. We can get our clamp on there. None too big, I tell you that. I don't know what the big idea is about having a 2-piecer here. Maybe it's so you can just change this end if it ever gets messed up. Sure makes it hard to center though. That seems to be it. It actually has a little bit of a lean back going this way toward my tank, which is kind of cool. That'll make it a little easier to get on there. Now if I can squeeze this thing up onto where it belongs. we'll be in good shape. Now before I go and install that with some mastic, I need to go get the other line for it, the smaller line, and hook it on right here. That's the overflow, the drain line, vent line. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, I've got the line on here. This is just the vent line, like I was saying earlier. I pre-drilled, I set this in place and pre-drilled it so I wouldn't get a bunch of debris inside the mastic tape. Or I call it mastic tape, but it's just putty tape. This is what I ended up buying down at the local Ace Hardware. 3/4 inch putty tape, mobile home tape. And it looks like this. Just comes in a ribbon. I put 2 layers around that because it was concave on the inside. So I guess I'm just going to push this into place, and I'll poke my screws through it first so I can find my holes there. Well, that's getting a little weak. I'll have to switch up. Have to be careful with this. This thing's too powerful. Turn it down onto low there. These are number 8 stainless steel screws. I would suggest putting stainless on the outside of your vehicle, unless you like rust. Press that on all the way. I didn't want to over tighten those because that could lead to some problems, I think. I've seen some people take white silicone and go around this when they're finished here, just as a double safety so it doesn't leak. I don't think I'm going to do it. Okay, so the water inlet's there. Hope you enjoyed that. Oh, I'm back, campers. Here we got the top for the galley, and I really didn't like the color that factory sealer put on there. It gave it kind of a ochre yellow kind of a hue to it. So I went ahead and sanded it all off, and I'm going to be putting this on it. Hope you can see that. This is a water-based spar varnish exterior. And I think this should work pretty good for it. It should be pretty tough. What I'm using is one of these cheap painting pads. And these things, I like them a lot because they put on a fairly good amount of material. And that's what I want on the top of this. As you can see, they're pretty quick too. I want to make sure I coat the inside of these, make them waterproof, especially in the sink area. Don't want water getting in here and delaminating things. When I cook, I get water everywhere. I'm a mess. I always do the edges last because they're notorious for getting drips on them. I'll keep my eye on that, make sure we don't have any runs going down the side. But that's basically it. I think I'm going to put about 4 coats on there. Yep, been multitasking today. I see a spot I missed. Okay, I'll just let that level out. I think I'll put 1 more coat on it, then do a nice light sand on it, then put like 2 more on top of that. Okay, thanks for watching. Well, I put a drain in there for the main tank, and that's so you can drain it out in case you have any service issues or you just want to get it cleaned. You just turn it, opens, closes. The typical RV drain tank, drain for the tank. And I finally figured out what I was going to do with these 2 windows. Actually, these 2 windows and the 2 that are up front there. I'm going to build full-size panels that go between this edge of the window and that edge of the window. And I'm going to go right along the bottom there, and along the bottom of these windows. I'm going to paint it all black in between these 2 windows and the new panel that we put on the front. That'll all be black, so this whole window area will be blacked out. It'll look like one big window, basically, from a distance. I think that'll blend it in the best and give it the most cleanest appearance, if that's proper English. And I'll show you where the water lines are coming in on the inside. The light's good enough in here. Okay, there's where the tank comes in, the fill area. And see that little reverse S-shaped hose there? It's got a T on it. And that black pipe, the black piece of plastic piping that's coming up through the floor is going to tee into that. And that's going to be your drain. Okay, well, thanks for watching.